Yes. 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 Yo, welcome to Carter's Corner Pocket, where we feel the rocket. Today, talking GameStop. GameStop up today, recovering what we lost back after the offering of the senior convertible note. 0% interest, $4 billion raised like that over like nothing. Michael Venuti, welcome, I saw Marantz was live, but I gotta go live. Normally I hang out, try to watch this thing. I'm gonna run it back or watch it after. Um, it's my brother's anniversary today. I think they've been married since like 1999, so 26 years. It's a while, so I have to do that. My daughter's up. She's baking cupcakes and stuff like that. So I gotta help out with that. That's why she's asking me stuff. She's asking me stuff if I can make whipped cream and stuff like that, like on a dime, like out of nowhere. But I was like, yeah, go ahead. I'll do it after. But yeah. So where we at right now? GameStop. What an intro. GameStop, GME, $23.88, up 1.4% to close the day. I think we're back. We're back. This was the previous offering right over here. Um, we hit the top of this. My computer's running really slow, so if it's a little glitchy, sorry, yo. Yeah, exactly. So all love, man. Same with my GameStop investors, man. You guys, the 51 crew. Every single day, we're here to support each other. I know there's times when people get a little down, and we're just here to pick each other up and keep marching forward. To our end goal, to our end game. Um, I think that I was watching some Harvard business courses and stuff that some Harvard business courses, and they were talking about entrepreneurs, and they were saying that the road to success is never the way you predict it's going to be. Being an entrepreneur, such as Ryan Cohen, uh, CEO of GameStop, for those who don't know, but I'm sure you know, the road to success for an entrepreneur is all over the place. You have to be ready to hear no from a ton of people to say you're crazy, your idea will never work, and you still keep marching forward, which we already know. He did that with Chewy. Over 100, I think it was like around 120 no's that he got without changing his plan. So you have to have your mind right. You have to get it straight. And same with investing in this stock. if you're weak, if you have kinks in your armor, if there's some questions of doubt that you don't do research on your own to eliminate the doubt, it's going to eat you alive, and then you're going to go down playing options. You're going to have timelines, deadlines, dates, all of that, and it's going to mess you up. But what do we have on the world economy, macro econ front? U.S. dollar. It's the world's reserve currency. The U.S. dollar is getting absolutely annihilated. I think it's off to its worst first half of the year since 1974. Let me get that correct. 1973, I believe. So in 50 years, it is the worst start to the for the U.S. dollar, the Dixie index, as it is. Yeah. So it's the worst start to the Dixie index. We have the war going on. We have and you see the stock market pumpkin. Isn't that a beer? Pumpkin. But you see the stock market pumping, right? We got everything. You have everything, and everything is showing bearish divergence. Excuse me. Whenever I have time crunches, like right now, I got like 35 minutes. I wanted to go live earlier. My mind starts rushing. I'm like thinking of the time under pressure, but Normally I perform well under pressure. No Tony De Niro. But yeah, so if you look at Russell 2000 on the daily, over here we have bearish divergence. I showed it on the last stream. I'm going to keep showing it because it's going to come down. Let's see. Where are we? Where are we? Right over here. You can see it forming right over here. Upward trend. Upward trend. Downward trend over here. And what happened the last time that occurred? Let's see. Let's take a look. Okay, this is upward. This is not so much downward. It's basically like a triple top. You see a pullback, pullback, pullback. I believe, and we have a gap down here. So we'll see how that takes care of it. That's a long gap. That's a far, far, far down gap. When is that? From 2020. That's not happening. Okay, so where do I expect us to pull back to on the Russell? Not that I'm even like monitoring it or anything, but just saying a pullback's coming about the 2000 level, I guess. The SPY, let's see, there's divergence as well on it. Do I really need to do this? SPY, NVIDIA, Russell 2000, bearish divergence, same thing's happening. GameStop is in the Russell 2000, and it's funny to me when GameStop has positive news, the Russell 2000 is up, GameStop happens to be down at the same time, while Best Buy, which is in the same thing, is up. That didn't happen today, but that happens randomly, and I wonder why. But as you can see, this giant bullish triangle, look at this giant pennant, the yellow lines, we're just bouncing off of it, and we'll probably bounce off it again. And what happened the last time we touched? Shot straight up. What's going to happen the next time we touch? Shoot straight up. And where is that? That's the 47 level. Right over here, I have this blue line of resistance drawn. That is 48.61. It's probably around 48.50. I clear it like this. It's not even a joke. It's not even a game. We've been in it long enough. We know what the stock can do. We know the fundamentals. It's not a joke. Tell $50. That's not a joke. We just did it last May, right? With the help of Roaring Kitty, I guess you could say. But we came from our lows back up, recovered to $17 and some change by ourselves without him. So we don't need him. I'd love to have him, but I believe he still holds his shares. He said it in the last live stream. He said it repeatedly. He just repeated himself, what he's been saying for 4 years. He's been saying it's all where the company goes. He has different, like a thesis with two parts. One is getting the company straight, and then the future, the transformation, right? Where is the transformation going? I can tell you what I know. I know Ryan Cohen loves e-commerce. That's his bread and butter. So I'm sure we're making bank off of e-commerce. And that like he had to change the whole technology stack around, get out of bad deals that the company has been put in due to bad management, bad board decisions, industry plants. He's had to make good deals. He's had to get out of deals. Business doesn't just work that way. Larry Chang has said it on that dumbass Making of a Meme King documentary. Like transformations, turnarounds, they take time. You got to be patient, you know. So, I mean, you just have to be sensible and patient. Patience is the hardest thing in this world for anyone to grasp. And good things come to those who wait. That's a saying for a reason. And as I get older, I understand that more and more. And I'm sure as I'm older, My kids and everybody be disrespecting the crap out of me, and I won't be giving a damn, because I'll be old and live my life. I'm, I'm gonna be doing all types of stupid stuff. Old people flatulence, they just don't care, They're burping and farting all over the place. Don't even care. They ain't even pooping their diapers, Maybe that'll be me one day. My wife's always like, "Don't say that stuff. That you'll end up that way." I see it. Dementia, pooping diapers, all in my future. But other than that, let's go. The U.S. dollar, yeah. So this is it. The consumer is being stretched out. The U.S. dollar is plunging. Your value of your money, where you just want to work, is going down as we speak. Mine too. I'm pissed off about it. I'm pissed off about it. They go out wasting money on stupid ass wars that we don't have any business being in, and they go out doing this stuff, flip flopping on the media. The media is fully controlled. Apollo owns Yahoo. Other people own other networks. So they're going to push their narrative. And what's the media been pushing? They've been pushing. Okay, we're at war. We don't know this. We know that. AI generated images confusing people. AI generated videos confusing people. It's a mass psyop. Honestly, I believe. This is like they've been doing this to us. I don't want to sound crazy, but I just don't believe any of this anymore. Why don't I believe it? Here you go. Start this real quick. Might even. My home screen, crazy. 1940s retro jazz. I kind of want to listen. Here we go. This is why I do not believe it.
And I'm Ryan Wolf.
Our greatest responsibility is to serve our Treasure Valley communities,
the El Paso, Las Cruces communities,
Eastern Iowa communities,
Mid-Michigan communities.
We are extremely proud of the quality, balanced journalism that CBS 4 News produces.
But we are concerned about troubling, irresponsible, one-sided news stories
plaguing our country.
The sharing of biased and false news has become all too common on social media. More alarming, some media outlets publish these same fake stories without checking facts first.
The sharing of biased and
false news has become all too common on social media.
Okay, I'm done. That's hurting my ears. But you get the point. We are manufactured. We are the product. They're just shaping. They're manufacturing us to be the proper consumers for them. It's okay. So what do I'm going way off the deep end. Is this cosmic lightning warrior stuff? But I'm a reel it back a little. Yeah. So the U.S. dollar, it's on its course for the first half since 1973. 50 years. Just think of that in your mind. Plummeted again on Thursday amid rising expectations, the Federal Reserve easing, and statements from President Donald Trump about his pick for the next Fed chair. So, yeah, dollar's getting annihilated. The consumer, you and I, being stretched out. Slowdowns will happen in factories because when we get stretched out, consumers are not going to consume. And then when consumers don't consume, producers are not going to produce the products. And when producers don't produce the products, what happens? Factory workers get laid off. Jobs will be lost. Products will keep going up. Why are products going up? Tariffs. Oh, yeah, tariffs. You know what corporates are going to do? What are corporates going to do with tariffs? Where is it? Over here. Businesses expect to pass along 50% of tariffs, Fed survey finds. Businesses expect to pass through roughly half of tariff-related expenses to U.S. consumers still reeling from the pandemic-era inflation surge, according to new survey from the Federal Reserve Bank of Atlanta. So, ta-da! You just got fucked up the ass. No lube. You're going to love it. No Tony De Niro. That's what it is. Okay? There's nothing more to say. $37 trillion in debt. They're going to have to print money. Who do you think is going to survive? This is an attack, middle class attack. There's no three classes. There's only two classes. It's a class war. It's the top and then everything else. Okay? It's the people at the top of these companies and then everyone else. It's a club. We're not in it. So moving along. What the hell is the Fed doing? I mean, the U.S. dollar is the purchasing power. It's the backbone of the entire world. The reserve currency. When deals are done, Moran said it on his live stream. Deals are done in U.S. dollars. investors, it's not that they want to pull out of the U.S. Recently, I was reading, I can't even remember somewhere, I can't reference it properly, but I was reading investors don't want to pull out of the U.S. They just don't want to get into the into securities. They don't want to get into our securities. So yeah, so it's treasuries for them. But what is the Fed up to right now? What is Jerome Powell up to right now? Take a look. Lowering capital requirements for Wall Street banks. Divided Fed okays the rule to ease capital requirements for Wall Street banks. So I think their capital requirements right now, the cash on hand that they are required to hold is around 6%. Only 6%. Can you imagine that? For large banks. So what is the Fed going to do? They're going to inject liquidity into the banks and then turn around and say, hey, use that money to come back and buy buy the treasuries that we're offering. So the Federal Reserve proposed easing key capital rule for banks, and central banks officials opened the matter for public comment Wednesday. There's no proposal. I know it's going to go through because it helps the big banks. Okay, the same big banks that failed back in 2008 but got bailed out, and that will get bailed out every single time, nonstop. So what do? I buy GameStop, GME. Controlled by who? Board of directors that I know, CEO that I know, not personally, but done research on, and I know his aura, his morals, just everything. You know who he is, what he's about, and how he operates. And I love the way he operates. Silence and violence. And if you don't believe it, look at the balance sheet. Look at the financial statements. The enhanced supplementary leverage ratio regulates the quality and quantity of capital banks should keep on their balance sheets. In recent years, as bank reserves have grown, Wall Street executives and Fed officials have sought to roll back the requirements. In its draft form, the measure would call for reducing top-tier capital big banks must hold 1.4%, or some $13 billion for holding companies. Subsidiaries would see a larger drop of $210 billion, which would still be held by the parent bank. Okay, so the same rules apply to the GSIBs, globally systemic important banks, as well as their subsidiaries. Here's the main part. The rule would lower capital requirements to a range of 3.5% to 4.5% from the current 5%, with subsidiaries put in the same range from a previous level of 6%. The proposal, well, here you go. The proposal will help to build resilience in the U.S. Treasury markets, reducing the likelihood of market dysfunction and the need for the Federal Reserve to intervene in a future stress event. So, the Federal Reserve is doing this to free up cash for banks. And what do they want the bank? Like, how are they going to tell a bank what to do with their money? But they are, because they're the master. They are the master. So they're gonna free up money with capital requirements with these banks, and then tell the banks to come back and buy treasury bonds, because the recent bidding of treasury notes has been weak, especially for the 30-year. The long term, one of the longest term notes for the U.S. is having weak bidding. And in decline, and the rates were going up. But the Fed, guess what? They bought back the debt. They bought it themselves just to lower the percentage, so to make it not look so bad. It's all a game about pushing it off. Well, guess what? GameStop's here, and there's nothing they can do about it. The profit is there. We're a profitable company. Q1 profitable. Like, get out of here. The weakest quarter is profitable. What the hell do you think is coming next? More and more. And by the way, since I'm on it, let's go ahead and look at what's going down earnings wise. Here we have earnings, upcoming earnings. September 3rd. Right now, estimate is 15.5 cents, and the prior one was what? Let me take a look. The prior one was they predicted us to lose 8.5 cents, and now the last earnings was let's see, estimate of 8 cents. Right? I should have known that. Estimate of 8 cents, and we came out at 9 EPS. So yeah. They're just let's see, what is this one? The next upcoming earnings estimate is 15.5 cents. I said that. Okay, cool. And then let's see, what was it last year? A jump from a loss of 3 cents. So last earnings, last quarter, or for the upcoming quarter, last time they predicted a loss of 3 cents, and now they're predicting a gain of 15.5 cents per share. So I think they're coming around. I think they're knowing, and there's a little bit more positivity. I'm all angry, and now I go to the positive part. Let's go ahead. I like to get all my negative out and then go for the positive in the end. But yeah, so what else is going down? We got all of that. The Federal Reserve. I've just been seeing a little bit more positivity about GameStop. Now they're talking about a turnaround. Now the media is talking about a turnaround. Where the hell were they the past 4 years? Okay, hell, I'll even give them 2 years, even 1 year. Okay, you couldn't see this coming, but we saw it. We knew it. Go look at the videos. Yeah, so they're going to ease capital requirements for large banks, globally systemic important banks. Yeah, always a bailout for them. Same thing. Businesses expect to pass along 50% of tariffs to you. So your cost is going to go up. But production is going down to products. And so our dollar is getting stretched out. Your cost is going out. Things are going to cost more. We're going to technically earn less because, not technically, metaphorically, technically, whatever, however you want to do it, it's going to be worth less, you know? And costs are going to go up. So what's going to happen? We're going to buy less. You saw in the UK supermarkets, supermarkets are coming in lower than expected. Downturn for that. So people are choosing what? Survival food, like horrible food, over health. I mean, yeah. Stuff's crazy, man. There's a war out there. Stocks just shooting up. No clue what's going down. If something is going to break, here's Bank of America Global, okay? I'm not getting too deep into this. I'm just letting you know if something's going to break in the U.S. economy. It will probably happen this summer. I had to read this. I didn't really read it yet. But labor market holds up. Tariffs, likely enough inflation to prevent Federal Reserve from cutting interest rates. Yeah, I'll read it and talk about it later. But look at this headline. Something's going to break in the U.S. economy. It'll probably happen this summer. This is written, what, 2 days ago? 2 days ago. Let out from Bank of America. Okay, so now moving along, chugging along. Housing. Okay, so here you go. Housing starts to plummet, 5-year low. That could be a good thing for home buyers. My brother's about to sell his townhome for like $600,000 over here. Crazy prices, man. $600,000. I'm glad he's selling it now. He's going to get his cash and then. I don't know what he's going to do in the meantime. He'll probably rent something and then, who knows? But, I hear a baby crying. I think I hear a baby crying. Oh, well. And here go the people. Can massive Bitcoin investment save GameStop? I hate these headlines. Here's one I have to read. Let me check the chat. Yo, what's up? Mind Games. What's going down? Why no Form 4 on GME? I don't know. I have to look into it. As far as investing, man, for GameStop, I'm here long term. Done enough research just to know who I'm with, who I'm investing, who I'm riding with. You know, technological transformation. I have a whole video on that, just saying like guesstimating what phase we were in. I thought we were around like 60%, but just the fact that Ryan Cohen came out, invested the $500 million in Bitcoin, he made a public appearance there, talked about GameStop and the investment and how we bought Bitcoin as a hedge to the dollar. Think about it; it's only $500 million, and if we have 9.066 billion in cash, and then 500 million investment in Bitcoin. That's like 9.6 billion, right? Let's just say 9.5 billion. So the $500 million that we chose to invest into Bitcoin, it's 5%, like somewhere hovering between 5 to 7, 8%, something like that of our cash pile. Absolutely wild. But then, this is the point of me bringing up this article. Okay, so GameStop's Bitcoin push echo strategy, but without the cushion. Okay, like these Bitcoiners, they're really on it. They're really on it. Like they're trying to save GameStop, or they can save GameStop. GameStop's failing. I don't play. I don't play that game. GameStop just secured another 450 million in his debt-fueled sprint towards becoming Bitcoin-heavy treasury. Nope. How? Where did they get any of that? Because the verbiage changed. They specifically removed Bitcoin from the verbiage of the latest convertible note. It just said, what did it say? Investments that align with the board, something along those lines. So Bitcoin was strategically removed. Ryan Cohen does not let out a word without thinking it through hundreds of hours. Like no clue. He's completely surgical with what he does. Here you go. GameStop secured another 450 million in his debt-fueled sprint toward becoming Bitcoin-heavy treasury, bringing his total capital raise to 2.7. Yeah, we know all of this. Okay, GameStop is a declining retailer. Additionally, it's just funny to me how they say somewhere in here it talks about us being in a free fall, but we're profitable, right? Additionally, this is talking about MicroStrategy. Additionally, the Tyson's Corner Virginia-based firm has more than tripled its stock price, largely untethered from the fundamentals of its core enterprise software revenue. By contrast, GameStop's fundamentals are deteriorating. Where, how, why, when? And that's another thing I was talking about. Ryan Cohen's very strategic and turnaround. He came out at the Bitcoin conference, which I didn't expect. Then he came out. What did he just come out recently? I got a brain fart. Yeah, he spoke about the cards, right? He came out talking about the pivot with cards. Where did he come out? Duh. But he was talking about how cards, the transition, digital games, and how we're transitioning to cards as well, how it's becoming a major part of our business. And if you don't believe that, just go to GameStop.com. We had cards, like 1,400 cards a few months ago. Now we're in thousands. I'm sure we're at 7,000, whatever it may be. It's flourishing. It's flourishing. It's a flourishing industry. It's flourishing. That's all it is. Let me see how many cards. Are we at 7,000 now? I bought cards from them. Tomorrow I'm off from work. Actually, I took off from work, so I may even be there at GameStop. I may go with my son and just pick it up. It's cool. He's really into look. It's almost 8,000 cards, PSA cards. Remember the Power Pack trial that they did? Gone off the shelves. All the extra things that don't sell, we pop them in there. You know, people find value to it. It's the thrill that people want. They pay for the thrill. The mystery behind opening it. It's not really the card. It's cool if you get a nice card, but we got cool cards over here like Jolteon and stuff from 2000. All of that, $30. But also I love what GameStop's doing. One per person. Their children are able to get freaking Pokemon cards. You know, that's the way it should be. That's the way it was with me. I used to go to GameStop. I used to where did I go? No, flea markets. I just always say GameStop. I used to go to flea markets back in the day with my father. We used to go over there. I used to buy packs off them, cards, all types of things. It was so much fun back in the day. But I'm gonna do the same thing with my son. He loves Pokemon. Today he invented like his own Pokemon. But yeah, we hit 8,100 there. Yeah, I thought it was over 8,000. You know. Mind Games was, man, I hope you're doing good. I don't need to acknowledge you to let you know that, like, you know, you're part of the crew and you're good. But yeah, I hope y'all are having a good day, man. This GameStop thing, you know, we hit the bottom and we're going to work it right back up. Just like this offering, we worked right back up, hit this line of resistance at 35, came back down, and then Roaring Kitty said it himself. The fact that we were back up, we hit it back here. Let's see how many times we hit that level. Okay, so over here was support, right up in here in the initial squeeze. Came down almost to it, came back up. Okay, hovered right on top of it. I'm not even going to talk about that. But over here, we hit it exactly, dropped back down. And then let's see where else. Just working this line. If you look closer into the gaps, I get, yeah, there you go, guaranteed. Closer into the gap. See, we got a gap up over this line, gap back down under this line, and look at the opening is right under it, right on this line, And then where did we go recently? Tap this line, tap this line, tap this line again. So what are we going to do now? Roaring Kitty said it himself. Amber, what's going down, man? Welcome. I love the women of GameStop. Awesome. Yeah, 51 crew. I got something. Trove inspired me with all his music, but I don't really have time right now. I wrote like half of something, but we'll see. Let's see. So Amber's over here distracted me. So here we hit it again, and Roaring Kitty said it. The fact that it returned back to this level is bullish all in itself. It's proving it's like basically validating that level, that price. So 35, it's nothing to us. This is all a discount. So soon, expect it to be a normal, like a floor eventually. Because one day we're gonna flip it and it's not going under that again. Same way that we're bouncing this way, we're gonna be bouncing the other way on top of it. And then the next level of resistance will be this, $48.50 to the $50 range. Same thing's gonna happen. You want to talk macro? This pennant, along with a holding company like GameStop, absolute cash, complete potential to do whatever. We got the tariff stuff going on. The 90-day pause coming up. It's going to be unpaused. We're going to have August 9th is China's unpausing, I believe. July 9th is the rest of the world, and then I forgot the X date for the debt ceiling to be raised, for us to run out of money, for the government to operate. I think that's mid-July, maybe mid to late July. So there's a lot of things going on in motion while the dollar is decreasing in value. So yeah, we're all effed, guys. We're all effed. But what else do I have? Do I have anything else before we start watching some videos? Yeah, crypto, Bitcoin, they're saying, oh, it's the next gold and stuff like that. I don't believe in that. There's something within gold. Call me a conspiracy theorist, you know? Call me a conspiracy theorist. Why did the Egyptians want gold so bad? Why did they, how did they do what they did? I've been to the pyramids twice. It is crazy. It is crazy. Like, the stone blocks are the size of this room. How did they move it? You can't tell me they had a pulley system to pull granite blocks weighing tons and tons and tons, long distances, and then lifting them up, raising them onto the wall, and then carving all the hieroglyphics in that crap. Like, you can't tell me. There's something Egyptians had that we don't know or we can't harness, but it's not only Egyptians. Egyptians had the power in gold. Yo, Jesus, welcome, man. Moran's must... It was Giants. maybe it was Giants, you know. But the ancient Egyptian civilization has always intrigued me from young. I got Egypt books all over the place. Hold up, yo. I need to prove. Look at that. Right outside the door. Mummies made in ancient Egypt. Yeah. I was teaching my my son about mummification. Not like I'm a maniac or something. Hopefully he doesn't turn into like a taxidermy maniac murderer or something like that. See, that's what my wife is like, you need to stop talking about that stuff. So it shows the whole mummification process and stuff like that, and like I read it to my son as a bedtime story. But yeah, so like gold is something. There's something in gold. There's a reason it's so valuable. I might sound like a maniac, like crazy, like a crazy ass person, but there's something to gold. Even if you look into alchemy, right? Alchemy was science before it was a technical modern science, right? So what were they trying to do in alchemy? They were trying to convert lead into gold. They wanted to harness gold. They were trying to come up with a way to produce more gold out of metals that were not gold. So there's something to gold. You can never tell me that Bitcoin. I'm doing the 666, yo. You can never tell me that gold is equivalent. Like Bitcoin is the new gold. I don't like I understand Bitcoin completely. How it's the hedge to the dollar and stuff like that. But where does it get its value, right? The value is just people just dumping into it, just trying to be like, oh, look, there's a limited scarce amount. You know, like what if it, like toilet paper shot up in value a couple of years ago? Are we going to be harnessing toilet paper forever? I don't know. I love GameStop. I love the way they operate. I love that they only put 500 million, even though people say we're in a free fall and we need Bitcoin. I love that they only put 500 million Bitcoin into it. But that's where I'm at right now with Bitcoin. You know, I hope Ryan Cohen goes and buys one damn thing of everything, like Noah on Noah's Ark, but buys one thing of everything, just so people can be like, look, I got one of everything. What are you going to clown on me for now? But the media has had like a massive hit out on Ryan Cohen for the longest time, and they do it because it's like I don't know how to say it. It's like beating on a defenseless person, you know. And Ryan Cohen is not defenseless. His he doesn't need the media attention like Adam Aaron. Like, why did they make? So I know I'm not going to be able to do it today just because of time reasons. But I went through Making of a Meme King, their documentary. Yesterday I did it. Yeah, I did it yesterday. I was going through making some notes, had some timestamps and stuff I want to go through. So maybe I'll do it tomorrow. At least that gives me live stream for tomorrow, something to do. But yeah, they're just always after him. Why did they do that whole documentary? CNBC especially. Adam Aaron's out here tweeting all the time. He gives you material all the time. They're a meme stock, right? Why didn't they do a documentary on Adam Aaron? Why? He's willing to talk all the time, put his face in front of the camera. But why? Because there's an operation going on in AMC. They don't want to out him. And there's an operation going on with GME that they do not know. And they just want to crush. So the media lies, and hedge funds tell them how to do it. Powerful people just want to navigate your mind in a certain way. So that's why when we have people, that's why when we have people like Richard Newton talking about options, talking about selling your whole position and getting back in. What if it never comes back? What if it never comes back? Because GameStop has that potential. We have the potential to go to 120 again and settle off at 80 for a floor, you know? We have that potential. People are talking about us right now, positive in the media. They're talking about turnaround, transformation. They have never used those words before. So the fact that we have bullish people saying that in a bullish manner, we're here. We're here. That turnaround is not at 60%. I say we're at 80. We could even be at 90. It's like chipping away underground, right? You know that picture. The dude's like 1 inch from a diamond mine, and he turns around and walks away. You can't do that. But that's what a weak mind will do. It'll sit in your mind, grow and grow and grow. I think that's why Marantz is so aggressive. I guess I'm just aggressive. I don't know, but I just don't wanna ever let any weakness in, you know, because I have a goal set in mind. My T plus 35 is 35 years before maybe I take profits, you know. We'll see. But this is just one thing. I guess I'll play this one thing, right? What am I doing? Okay, I'll play this one thing real quick.
Matt Tuttle, CEO and CIO of Tuttle Capital Management. Matt, it is good to see you this Tuesday morning. All right, let's dive into what has been a meme stock favorite. Let's talk a little bit about GameStop. They've got earnings due after the bell today. First up, what's your expectation from them?
Not to be mean, but this hoe over here, was talking shit about GameStop with Michael Packard. I don't forget.
Yeah, I mean, really, like you said, this is all about the meme stocks. No one, including myself, really cares that much about their actual business. We expect, 8 cents a share, but, at the end of the day, GameStop, like you said, they're one of the original meme stocks. AMC is the other. No one cares about AMC anymore, except for like 10 guys in mom's basement who are going to come after me on Twitter for saying that. So GameStop's got to do something to stay relevant because there are a whole lot of other stocks retail's on. And, for them, it's all going to be about crypto.
The fans of it, though, are loud when they have something to say. Is it starting to become a Bitcoin proxy? I mean, obviously not the same way strategy is, or the artist formerly known as MicroStrategy. But is that one of the things that you're paying attention to there? What their holdings look like when it comes to Bitcoin?
That's the only thing we're paying attention to. So they're like 60 companies that have decided they're going to follow MicroStrategy. We recently launched a 2x ETF on GameStop because we think GameStop has the potential to be a winner there. So, we want to hear more about that. We want more transparency. They're not great with that. Ryan Cohen has the potential to be a Michael Saylor type figure. Love to see him embrace that more. But to me, that's the story. It's all about crypto.
Do you think that GameStop
My computer's breaking now.
Now we've got Matt Tuttle, CEO and CIO of Tuttle Capital Management. Matt, it is good to see you this Tuesday morning. All right, let's dive into
more transparency. They're not great with that. Ryan Cohen has the potential to be a Michael Saylor type figure. Love to see him embrace that more. But to me, that's the story. It's all about crypto.
Do you think that
Out in the media, running your mouth, Michael Saylor, Adam Aaron, similar type people.
GameStop can actually use, crypto, use digital assets in a way to add value or use the blockchain?
Yeah, it depends on your definition of add value. Do these companies following a crypto treasury strategy add value or not? I would argue they do. And I think that, yeah, GameStop can execute on that strategy. And, again, like I said, I think, short of MicroStrategy, they've got the best opportunity to come out of this whole Bitcoin treasury craze as a winner. They're already trading somewhat on it. They've come down a lot since the announcement. So, depending on how earnings go, this could be a great dip buy opportunity as well.
So potential dip buy opportunity. Year to date, it's off 1%, but on a 1 year basis, it's obviously up more than 20%. What's the level where it makes it attractive to you?
I think right around here. They retraced the entire move from when they announced that they were going to be buying crypto. Went up in a straight line, then came right back down in a straight line. If it sticks around here, that may be something. So, again, currently we have the 2x long GMEU. Personally, I don't have a position in it right now, but if it did stick right around here, it's something I may look at. I don't.
Of course, they will push that GMEU 2x long, right? What was the short interest on that? Short interest GMEU. Is that what they were saying? GMEU, right? Games. Let's go. I got a phone call from my daughter waiting for me to make some frosting and
buy things that
icing
have
and
earnings,
whipped
but if
cream
it
and stuff.
Sticks
What did they push
around
out?
here.
T-Rex. GME T-Rex. My hell is that? That's why the VPN is connected. I was talking about how they're talking about transformation and stuff about GameStop now. Turnarounds, transformations, all those words are being thrown out in the media in these videos now. But look, pushing out the 2x GMEU long, which they're shorting. I can't get the short interest. It's crazy. It's crazy though. Wasn't that like 1,200% or something? Here, let's see. GMEU short interest chart exchange. Where we at? Holy crap! Damn! Look at this. 1,700. Short position change. 12,000. Short position change. Short interest 0. Okay. Well, it is what it is. They're trying to push out anything but buying actual GameStop shares. What I do. You got people like this. Hold on, man. My daughter. Yo, I got a mouse. Hold on 1 second. Hello? Okay, I'm coming. Anyways, just buy and hold. I'm going to go live tomorrow. I'm going to have this stuff to go live tomorrow. Bitcoin, trading cards, GameStop. I'm taking a look at Making of a Meme King, how they try to slander Ryan. You will see the stuff that they talk about, how GameStop will not be profitable, how they're losing money, how they're bleeding, and then you take a look at the balance sheet. You take a look over here. Look at gross margin, okay? Up 34.5%. From where? Where were we last time? 27 to 34.5%. Way bigger jump than I even thought. And then you want to talk about EBITDA, earnings before interest, tax, What's the other thing? What's the D? Is it debt and amortization? Depreciation and amortization. Okay. 30, we're in the positive. Okay, where were we last time? Minus 33 million. And before that, we were minus 59 million. So we're coming in strong. Almost a 30 million jump from the last quarter, 2 quarters ago to the last quarter, and then now we have a 63 million dollar jump on EBITDA. So everything is turning positive. So what do you think's coming next? Another positive and another positive and another positive. It's a snowball rolling down a hill, and they can't stop it. So they put out documentaries that, like, the most curious thing to me is, like, why not go after Adam Aaron? Why not go after Adam Aaron? But yeah. So let me pick some music to go. Right here. Boom. Before I go, I wanted to read this. I don't want to forget it and not say it tomorrow. Commercial real estate distress is spreading. Credit Weekly. U.S. commercial real estate credit faces increasing distress with delinquencies rising, a total distress exceeding $116 billion, the highest in over a decade. Analysts warn of potential tsunami of issues as traditional lenders grapple with unrealized losses and market uncertainty. Now, you tell me, these words that they use, do they sound right? Do they sound like the words that they have been using with GameStop forever? I also believe that they put commercial real estate pieces that they own for real estate as collateral. Collateral. Yeah, they put it as collateral along with their Mag 7 stocks, their premium stocks that they keep pushing the stock market up, keep pushing the real estate market up. All of that. Let's see. Tsunami of issues. So here you go. I'm not going to read this whole thing. There's one thing I wanted to see. Look at the verbiage. Look at the verbiage they use. Unrealized losses, market uncertainty. There's other stuff. Maybe I'll read it tomorrow. They continue to kick the can down the road in the U.S. Rather than take impairments. They've been raising more capital to invest in commercial real estate. It's a trend that's causing some wariness. On Thursday, the FSB, Financial Stability Board, cautioned that shadow lending to the industry globally may amplify and transmit shocks to the banks. In the end, man, buy and hold GameStop because I don't want to mess with any of this stuff. I only buy, hold one stock. I have one stock, one company I invest in. Thorough research is done, and I know where we're going. GameShare, stop away. Can't stop, won't stop. GameStop. Peace. I need some lotion. No Tony De Niro.